Thank you, Hubert. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 6th annual Africa Investor Day. This is a great opportunity for us to partner with one of the largest emerging continents and collective economies in the world, and a compelling investment opportunity that many of us are excited to hear about today. This is also, as I said, the 6th year that we've partnered with Africa Investor to highlight these types of investment opportunities. And Africa Investor Day has really become firmly established as the preeminent investor event and platform for U.S. and global institutional investors to engage in dialogue on the investment opportunities for African companies and the nations that they represent. There's a powerful image that I saw this morning that reminds me, and I think each of us, of the compelling opportunity that exists with Africa. It's simply a map of the continent of Africa, and the map, if you looked at the map, compares the size of Africa and has housed within it the landmass of the United States, China, India, and Europe combined. All fits within the landmass of Africa. And it's a population in total that's second only to Asia. The countries within its borders are marked by some of the most dynamic and growth-oriented economies in the world today. According to the IMF, between now and 2015, Africa will account for 7 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world. The combined growth of Africa's economies will account for about 5.6% of growth in 2013. That's compared to around 3% for the rest of the globe. And when you consider that 54 countries combined for that figure, it becomes even more impressive, and investors are taking notice. The New York Stock Exchange is arguably the largest business-to-business network in the world. We operate across the world and are home to companies from 50 countries around the world. On an almost daily basis, we're meeting with chairman, CEO, dignitaries, and heads of states from the world's leading companies and countries. When we ask them, where are we near term, midterm, and long term, where are the opportunities? Many of those opportunities are focused on what's happening in Africa. And I'm very proud of our deepening relationship with countries and companies across the African continent. We provide a listing venue for a number of African-listed companies seeking to access capital in order to fuel their growth. Currently, NYSE Euronext has 16 companies from 8 African countries with a total market cap in excess of $67 billion US. 11 Africa-focused ETFs with assets under management of over $1 billion. And this is more than twice the volume compared to 6 years ago. Over the last several years, we've been honored to host leaders from across Africa, including the president of Nigeria yesterday, who had the opportunity to ring the closing bell, and the presidents of Mozambique and Uganda, who are scheduled to join us later today. The world has high hopes for Africa, for its economies and its people, and what will ultimately work in the context of individual African countries is for the people to inside and outside this room to ultimately determine. But I hope that through collaborative efforts like this and gatherings of dignitaries and executives like yourselves, we can learn from one another and generate new ideas and solutions to accelerate growth and investment opportunities across the continent. And I wish you a productive and enjoyable day, and we're grateful to be your host today. And I'd like to hand it back over to Hubert.
Doing business in Africa. You can't afford to be without Africa Investor.